Hello parents and students, my name is Tara Carver and I teach Family and Consumer Sciences at Coffee High School. Welcome to Virtual Learning with Google Classroom. I want to share with you just a few of the basics of Google Classroom, from joining classes, locating coursework, creating and uploading coursework, contacting your teacher, and of course grading. So first things first, and how to join a class. Now I know we've been using Google Classroom for several years, and most of you probably know this already. But how do I join a class? Up here at the top right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see the Create or Join a Class option. When you click that, it's going to give you a prompt to type in a class code. This will be shared with you from administration or possibly even an invite from your teacher. Most of the time in the face-to-face classroom, we just share with you guys the class code, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to copy and paste that over. As that populates, you'll see where the join icon turns blue, and it takes it just a couple of seconds, and we're in. You're now in Google Classroom. So first things first, if it's your first time ever using Google Classroom, it is going to give you a little bit of a tutorial. It's going to pop up those little text boxes and kind of give you a few tips and pointers as you navigate through a few different things in Google Classroom. So the first thing that you're going to see is the Google Classroom stream. Now, I will say this can look a little bit different based on your teacher's preference and how they have certain things set. So I leave everything in my stream because to me it gives it a chronological order. Now some teachers may have this minimized to where only announcements are posted in the stream. That means that you have to come up here to classwork in order to see your actual work. Again, you'll see those little tutorial boxes pop up. Over here you're going to see your different topics. Most teachers are going to be asked to use those topics this year. And one thing that you're going to see in every Google Classroom is the teacher's lesson plans. So when we click to open that, you're going to see a Google Slides come up. The first thing that you're going to see on mine is my virtual classroom. And I just included that because I wanted my students to have easy access to the standards and the syllabus and the pacing guide, and of course our classroom intro video. Now the next slide that's going to come up in just a second is going to be the actual lesson plans. You're going to see over the 18 weeks, you're going to see 18 lesson plans that are going to look just like this or very similar. Now here I only have Monday added so far, but you're going to see that what is hyperlinked, those are materials or resources that my students are going to need to access. When they go to click to open those things, you'll see what that document is that'll pop up. Of course, some of this may just be simple instructions or giving you instructions as to where to go for certain things. Most things are going to be hyperlinked for you though, just because that tends to make it a little bit easier for you. So lesson plans are going to be the first thing that you're going to see there at the top. Again, that can change a little bit based on the teacher and how they have their stuff set up. Now coming back over here to topics. Topics again can change based on the teacher and how they want things to look. So I have mine topicked out by lesson plans and standards and the discussion board. And here you'll see my first assignment. The reason that we know that that is an assignment and not just a material posted like the standards here is because there is a due date option. Now I didn't give a due date, but oftentimes you will see that there will be a date stamped on that feature there. So this is just a discussion board and it's just a question. When I click to view that question, I can come here and type in my answer. And then I hit turn in. It's going to ask me to verify my turn in. Now with a question, based on how the teacher has that set up, you can see other classmates' answers, you can discuss things. This is a really important feature to be aware of, especially in the virtual learning. How we would normally talk about things in our classroom, that may be how we have to do that in the virtual world. So when we come back to our coursework, so the discussion board, I'm going to have those assignments posted there specifically. That's all questions. And then I have a general tab for assignments. But again, based on how your teacher has this set up, that can look a little bit different. So here I just have a basic demonstration assignment just to show you how this works. So when I click on that and I click View Assignment, normally that would have all of my instructions and things posted here to the left. But what I wanted to show you here is the Add or Create feature. So if I have already created a document or I have written an essay in Microsoft Word and I want to attach that, I'm just going to come to File, and that's going to allow me to upload anything from my computer. Going to Google Drive is going to allow you to pull any existing documents from your Google Drive, as long as you are the original creator. Down here, it's going to give me the option to create, and I can do any Google platform, whether it be docs, slides, sheets, or drawings. So if I'm going to write an essay, I can go ahead and create that Google Docs. And the cool thing about that is it's going to go ahead and attach that to your work in Google Classroom. When you're done with that, you would just simply hit the Turn In button. Of course, it asks you again, are you sure you're ready to turn this in? Now, I forgot something, so I needed to go back and add. You do always have the option to go in and unsubmit. You cannot edit anything after you turn it in. If you go in and unsubmit, you can go in and make a change and then resubmit it. However, your teacher will be able to see that you have resubmitted that. So going back to our classwork, of course here, again, those topics are going to look different based on your teacher, but a few things to remember is that you do have access to things like your Google Calendar in your Google Classroom, your class drive folder. Anything that you create in Google Classroom is going to by default fall in that Google Classroom Drive folder. Google Drive serves as your Microsoft Documents or My Documents in the Microsoft world. But of course, for Google, everything is online. So another important feature is your Google Meet link. Now here it's not published yet because this is technically a demo account and is outside of our domain. But here, when you are under a coffee.k12 email, you will see that Google Meet link pop up, and that's just a way to connect with your teacher or your whole class. If you are needing a question or your teacher says, okay, our virtual class is going to start at 8:15, be ready and tap into our Google Meet. This is the link that you're going to use to do that. Again, like everything in Google Classroom, that can change based on how the teacher has that set up. But that would be the Google Meet that you would use for the class. Now, if you needed to schedule a conference with your teacher or talk to them one-on-one through a Google Meet, you would have to schedule that through Google Calendar and not the Classroom platform. Of course, as a teacher, I can see the grades option here. As a student, I don't see that grades option yet, just because I don't have anything turned in yet or graded yet. Under classwork, if I come right here to view your work, that is where once that work is graded from the teacher, over here where it says turned in, that will then repopulate a grade there. Of course, like always, because they're not connected, do double